Hey guys, it's Jesse here, and welcome to my new little series that I've got going on at the moment. It is the rebuilding teams. So we're going to be rebuilding the Melbourne Demons and trying to get them to a flag. And basically, it's just to, however long it takes, you just have to get them to a premiership. I got this idea off a FIFA YouTuber known as Jared HD. He does rebuilding teams on FIFA 17 where he will use like 2nd or 3rd division teams sometimes. Obviously, it's a bit harder for me to do that as there's no real 2nd, 3rd division AFL that you can get relegated to or come up from. So we're just doing it with sort of a middle team in the AFL, and as you can see, I'm seeing in the first half of the season, and we get a 2nd win there. We lost our first 2, now we picked up the last 2 wins. So yeah, this is just a little different series I did. I think I saw someone do one with Brisbane, but I was already kind of planning to do this before I saw that video, so I still did it anyway. But yeah, I'll leave that video in the description as well, where someone did it with Brisbane. So now it's our last game before the bye. I think we're like 4-6 or 5-5 or something like that. So we'll have a quick look at the ladder in a minute. Obviously, this is all done as a post-com as well. So yeah, having a look at the ladder, we're sitting in 11th, 5-5, 100 percentage. So we're only 2 points outside of the top 8. A win would push us up to potentially 6th place. Have a little look at all the injuries and stuff that have come through. There's a lot there. And we'll go over a look at the injuries. You've got Jack Viney out for the rest of the season, as is Petrarca. Tom McDonald back in 5 weeks. Thomas Bugg back in 2 weeks. And then on the tribunal, you've got Harms, Kennedy, and Malcolm. None of them out for too long, so shouldn't affect the team too much. Had to just quickly make a couple of changes to the team. Some of the players are in the wrong positions, and quickly train them and get back into the second half of the year. So we lose there to Collingwood, and then also lose to the Doggies, and playing West Coast we get a win. We always seem to get the unlikely wins there. We get Sydney, and coming up against Carlton this week should be an easy one, and we go and lose it. It's a little bit weird. Against Adelaide, lose by a couple of goals. Still time though for our season. We lose another one there, and it's looking more and more less likely that we're going to actually make the finals, which it's kind of good. I wouldn't really want to complete the challenge in the first season. That would be a little bit boring. We get a win there. And then against the Saints, get the loss. That probably finishes us off, and then another loss there to Melbourne. So coming into our last game, we actually sit at 18th, which is pretty terrible. So come up against Collingwood here, and we get the win, which actually ends up slotting us into 15th. Hawthorn win the premiership here against Carlton in the grand final, and we finished 15th. Vandenberg wins our best and fairest, and Jamie Elliott wins the Brownlow. So Melbourne, even though we finished 15th, they want us to go on for another year. So I quickly did all of the contracts and stuff. Then we go through Watts, McDonald, Garland, and Trengove for Buddy Franklin, big trade there. Then Bugg, Pedersen, Kennedy, and Wiedemann for Grundy and Cunningham. Thought that was a bit of a better trade. And then we go for Brayshaw, Malcolm, Harms, and Wagner for Chad Wingard on the half-forward flank. I wanted to get Dustin Martin, but they wouldn't do the deal, so I just got Wingard instead. And then we did one more here, and it was White, McKenna, Hullett, and Smith, all the players out of contract for pick 10 in the draft. So we're done here with one uncontracted player. I don't even know who it was, a sub 60 rated player. So pick 4 in the draft, we went and looked at the highest rated players, obviously, and picked Mitch Adamo, 22 years old, 87 rated full forward. Very, very good pickup. Pick 10 then. We went through and picked up the ruckman Claude Wallace. Wasn't a lot else there above 80 rating. Yeah, it's pretty much all ruckman in the draft anyway that you'll get. That's why getting an early pick is pretty crucial. And then here we go through and pick up Kobe Quinton, little right forward pocket with a really good potential. And then the rest of the draft picks were all kind of just no ones, just 70s and 60s and stuff. So I thought I'd just skip that out. This is the team we're going with. Obviously, Gordon had to be put on the bench. Hogan's on the half-forward flank so that Adamo can go play full forward. Forward line's looking pretty stacked, honestly. Cunningham in there too. Garlett, Wingard, Franklin. And then this is just before round 1 in the pre-season. Wallace is out for pretty much the whole season, as is Franklin. And then Garlett out for 3 weeks. So going into the season, we start off with a loss. And then pick up a win in round 2. And going in round 3, we get another loss. And then Carlton this week at Whitehorse, a win. So also I'm recording this like the day before the patch comes out, so obviously we're going to see those different grounds and that sort of stuff, but it doesn't matter too much. We won the last 2 or 3 here, I think, so it's starting to look pretty good. Another loss there. Another loss actually. So you always seem to go on really good streaks and then really bad streaks in career mode when you sim it. Another loss. It's 3 losses in a row. And then we finally get a win there. So now we obviously have the bye in round 11 once again. And we will go on and have a look at where we're sitting. So again, we're 11th, similar to last year, 2 points out of the finals. Tom McDonald out for 31 weeks, Salem out for 40 with some just stupid injuries. He's going to be out for 40 and like 31 with the fractured wrist. But yeah, again, that second half of the season collapse sort of hit us, and we get a win there actually. I think we started to find a bit of form later on in the year, but yeah, we always just seem to collapse in the second half. And another loss. That's 3 out of the last 4. Carlton should be a win, and oh yeah, it is. Okay, 17 points. Now we've got Brisbane. Big game. We've lost it as well at our own home ground. We've gone and lost it. Another loss, and this time we get the win finally. We got Collingwood. Oh, it's a draw. 24 apiece. Jeez, very low scoring game. GWS this week. We get the win by 3 points, and now with the final game, we're in 13th, and we are 6 points outside of the top 8, which means, unfortunately, we cannot make the 8. But go through, sim the game, we actually win it in the end by 13 points. Very high scoring game. Adamo kicking 6, Cunningham kicking 5, and obviously bad luck, we didn't win it again this year. And it was actually won by the Sydney Swans, who beat GWS in the grand final. Material wins the Brownlow, Christensen wins the Coleman, and Adamo wins our best and fairest. They sign us on for another year. We finished 10th, so not bad. Anyway, we ran out of salary cap money actually, so I did auto pick trades or whatever, or auto pick contracts, and it did that. So we traded Gorn and someone else for pick 8, because yeah, it just basically spent more money than we actually had when I did the auto contracts. We pick up Ryan Wolf there with pick 8, 84 rated right half back, and then with pick 9, we went through and picked up. Do we pick up the Spiros? Yeah, Spiros Mayweather or whatever his name is. Pick 27 here, I believe it is. We go and pick up Ben Laidler, another ruckman with some good potential, because they seem to grow pretty quick, those players. So then with the last pick, I think I skipped all the other ones actually. So we went with potential, we pick up Tatua or something like that, I don't know, and we skipped all the other picks. Because I just didn't want to clog up the list of players. Now our team's looking very good. There's a lot of 90s, a lot of high 80s in there. 92 rated Adamo. Now we sped it up by double here because we've gone straight to round 18. So yeah, we're winning a lot of games early in the year. Big win against GWS there, 37 points. 14-point loss to the Saints. 16-point loss there. We get a win there. I think I didn't quite see it. It's going a bit fast. Another win against Essendon, win against Carlton there. We're winning our games by a goal or two. Another win against Collingwood, 1 point win. We've won our last 4 actually. There's another one, 5 in a row, 6 in a row. That's a heavy loss, 38 points. Another loss, and now we're top of the table coming into round 18. So it's actually worked out pretty good. We get another win against Brisbane there by 2 points this week. Got Freo at Whitehorse. We get the win. So finals is looking like a certainty at this point in time. Another loss, but that's probably what our 6th or 7th loss of the season only. So win against Hawthorn there by 22 points. We didn't have too many injuries. We had a pretty good run with injuries at this point in the year. So yeah, final game of the season, we actually go on and win it. Franklin kicking 6, and we finish top of the table, North Melbourne, in our first game here, the qualifying final. We go and actually lose that one by 25 points, which definitely put us into a bit of panic. Hogan kicking 4 and Quinton 3, Wingard 2 wasn't enough. Now we play the Cats in this one for the chance to play Port Adelaide in the prelim, and we go on and win it by a goal. Hogan kicking 2 again. Now against the Power, I kind of wanted to play it so I didn't lose, but I was like, no, we'll go on and we'll risk it. And yeah, Wolf out for 4-5 weeks, which means either way he was going to miss the grand final, so I sent him to hospital to get better treatment. And we went on and won the game by 22 points, which means we are in the grand final, and we are playing against North Melbourne, who beat the Saints in the prelim. So look at this team now, full of 84s, 85s, 88s. It's a very stacked lineup. Unfortunately, 95 rated Mitch Adamo is injured for this game, or suspended actually, I'm not quite sure, but Hogan's going to have to play full forward instead. Big responsibility. North Melbourne coming out now. So yeah, big game. These two obviously played off in the qualifying final against each other, So yeah, we want to win, of course, and this will finish off the series if we can win, or like the episode if we can win the flag today. Yeah, big game. I've sort of put the best highlights in. Not all the goals, but a fair few of the goals I've put them in here. But now the Australian national anthem comes on. The North boys looking pretty good there, and then the D's as well. So yeah, very big crowd. There's not an empty seat in the house, it doesn't look like, and both teams have decent droughts. This is 2019. So North have got a 20-year drought, and Melbourne have got the it'd be 55 years in 2019 premiership drought. So a long drought, the longest in the AFL at this point in time. So yeah, really came for a win. Kicked over the top to Higgins. He went back, had his shot here, about 50 out really where he's kicking from. He went back and just drilled it home, giving them the first goal of the grand final. Very good start for North. Now they get forward again. Good tackle in the back apparently against Hibbert, so advantage paid. Brown got tackled, picked up, socket off the ground by Higgins, so he kicked his second goal within 4 minutes of the grand final, and we were in real trouble early on in the game. A few good handballs, goes over the top. Quinton goes in and kicks his first goal, giving us, now Hogan gives us the lead, by a point. So yeah, finally we get back into the game. Now here again over the top, Hogan runs it into the goal square. Thought he was going to miss that for a second, but he kicks his second. Now Jordan Lewis from outside 50 unleashes a kick and kicks another one. So the D's starting to find their form, kick the last 4 goals of the game. This one over the top, Hogan gives it hands to Garlett, and he runs in, open goal, kicks one as well. So yeah, we're absolutely smashing him at this point. In the second quarter now, it's Shaun Higgins kicking his 3rd goal, and it's their only 3 goals of the game now. Hogan makes it 17 points again. We've been kicking pretty good, they haven't been kicking so good. Hogan, I think this is his 4th goal if he kicks it, which he does. So yeah, 4 goals for Hogan already. This time out to Wallace, goes for the shot. I think Hogan wanted the mark, but instead it bounces through for a goal, and half time we are 28 points up. Getting out of the back line now, Grundy kicked it over to Franklin, took the big mark, and I thought I'd just go for the torp here. He absolutely barrels it from about 75 metres. It was just a great kick. He had 9 touches and now a goal. Now Hansen gets forward, just sneaks it through, giving North a bit of life in this game. Now here, Viney kicks it. Majak Dor runs through and kicks it. He's had 20 touches at this point in the game. Definitely a chance for the Norm Smith. Cunnington snaps one home and yeah, gives the Kangas a real chance. 18 points at 3/4 time. Hogan kicking the first one of the last quarter. Big goal over the top. It's Quinton dribbling through his 2nd goal of the day. Only had 3 touches, but he's been big. 2 minutes of real time to go. Jeff Garlett goes back and slots his 2nd, pretty much sealing the deal. Then Lindsay Thomas kicks his 1st goal after 4 behinds today. He was shocking. Dying seconds of the game, there's Grundy. He takes the mark, and the siren goes, and the D's have done it after 55 long years. The D's finally get the flag, so I'll let the celebrations go. So yeah, in the end we won by 27 points, a massive day. Hogan kicking 5, Garlett and Quinton with 2, and yeah, big last quarter there. Sealed the deal, and Hogan and Bernie Vince with a vote each, and then Franklin winning the Norm Smith. So it's a great season. We finally did it after 3 years, and I feel like that's pretty realistic as to where Melbourne are at. Within 3 years, 2 to 3 years, they'll be right up in contention. Motlop winning the Brownlow and the Coleman. Franklin obviously winning our best and first and the Norm Smith, and Warwick Hayward taking out the Rising Star in the final year. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was a much different video, but I had a lot of fun making it. So yeah, see you guys next time. Bye.